It's 29 days till Mount Whitney.
Woo.
Oh my goodness.
Coming up.
Fast. Woo.
Yeah.
And today we wanted to talk about how we're going to get there, what's the journey, and about some maps. Sequoia Kings Canyon National Park. So, Mount Whitney it's right there. Mount Whitney.
Well, probably the most common way to get to Mount Whitney is the trail coming from the east side of the Sierras. It's like 11 miles up to the summit and 11 miles down. And that is your shortest mileage way to do it, shortest amount of time.
It's right there. So you can do the hike in from the east side. It's like 11 miles, crazy amount of elevation gain. Usually people try to acclimate and like maybe spend one night. Some people get all crazy and do it in one day and get sick. We're not doing it that way.
But as soon as we had the idea for Whitney, we started looking into this, we realized, oh no, the permits are already gone from that side. So we are journeying from the west side, Sequoia National Park, through the park to the top.
Backpacking.
Backpacking. Yes.
We're gonna start over here, Crescent Meadow.
So much farther. But roughly planning for 8 days on what's called the High Sierra Trail, which starts out of Crescent Meadow in Sequoia National Park, is 59 miles to the summit of Mount Whitney, but you still have to do the 11 miles to exit on that east side. So ultimately it makes the trail 70 miles.
So we're gonna through hike it from west to east. Here's what it looks like on another map. Mount Whitney.
We realized it was time to zoom in a little bit.
These maps are super cool, by the way. Tom Harrison, thank you so much. They're like waterproof, semi-waterproof. Really, really helpful. So we got some sticky notes going on.
All right, so day one, we're starting in Crescent Meadow and spending our first night near the High Sierra Camp in Bear Paw Meadow. So you'll see our one there for the first night. Same plan either way here in blue or red. So we estimate about 1,000 feet of elevation gain, 10 miles. So should be not a lot of intense elevation gain, but still decent amount of miles for a first day. So our day two will take us from the High Sierra Camp up to Hamilton Lake. I think we'll have lunch there if possible. And then up to Kaweah Gap. So see, there's at 10,700. So we're going to gain quite a bit of elevation. And everything we've read says this is our second hardest day, except for Whitney. So doing Kaweah Gap. Go over the gap and then spend our second night in Big Arroyo. So total for us on our second day here on the Blue Sticky is about 9.3 miles, over 3,000 feet elevation gain, but we get to do a little bit of downhill. So day three is actually going to be our highest mileage of the day, going from Big Arroyo, coming across whatever this is. We're actually going to detour here off the High Sierra Trail and see Moraine Lake. We've heard that's really pretty. It's about the same mileage. Oh, there's a bee. And basically this whole section that we just followed is all downhill. So this is why we've planned the most mileage this day. So we're dropping down into 6,730 after being at over 10 the day before. And then working our way up to the Kern Hot Spring for our third night. There's a natural hot spring. Amazing. So, but it's going to be a hefty day of downhill.
Day four, we'll start at Kern Hot Springs and head right on up the Kern Canyon here, all the way up to Junction Meadow. And we'll spend the night there. Yeah, so
feet, so not too bad.
7.7 miles, 1,200 feet. Day five, we'll start at Junction Meadow, come right on up here to the Pacific Crest Trail, where we'll join in with along that Pacific Crest Trail for 3.4 miles. That's also the John Muir Trail, the JMT, HST, High Sierra Trail, and Pacific Crest Trail are all the same right here in this little portion. And then we're going to spend the night right here around Crabtree. There's a ranger station and some other stuff, but that'll be 8.3 miles, elevation gain 2,700 feet. Day six, we're going to go from Crabtree Meadow Ranger Station all the way up here to just above Guitar Lake, hopefully. Small amount of miles. It's only 3 miles, 1,000-foot elevation gain. It is our smallest day of hiking the whole time. It's going to be kind of a rest day for us, not necessarily a zero, but less mileage, because day seven is going to be our biggest day. We're going to leave from just above Guitar Lake and head up here, switchbacks, where we hit the trail crest. And then
over 13,000 feet already. Huh.
Yep, we're going to drop our packs and just switch to day packs and do these 2 miles up to Mount Whitney, right up to the summit, get up and summit. Plan is to be up there well before noon, probably close to sunrise, so that we can beat all the storms and everything, turn around, come back down, back out. It's going to be a big day. So 3,000 feet elevation gain as we head all the way up to Whitney, and then back down 2,500 feet down the other side, the east side. So total of 10 miles, and actually cresting Mount Whitney. Day 8 will be here at trail camp or one of these other lakes, and our plan is to hike it all the way out 6 miles to Whitney Portal. That'll be an elevation loss downhill of 3,640 feet. That's gonna be tough on the knees.
Yeah.
But hiking it all the way out here, get a burger, do a little celebrate, do some hitchhiking, maybe something somehow, get out here to a motel in Lone Pine. So that's our rough plan. High Sierra Trail from Crescent Meadow to Mount Whitney, total of about 70 miles over 8 days, 7 nights, and it's a rough plan. We've got some good points along the way. We're excited about the different views and the different lakes, and the trail in and of itself is amazing from what we've heard, and this cool little documentary that we watched about it. So maybe we'll put a link or something, but it's pretty awesome. And we're really looking forward to the journey. We're not just summiting.
Wait, we're not?
No.
Wait, okay, so
It's a
I'm like
journey.
totally an achiever. Like, it's not worth hiking unless you summit something. So I think this is a good example of our personalities, right? So I'm like, yeah, dreaming about Whitney and the summit of Mount Whitney. And yeah, it is about the journey, but I'm excited about Whitney. He's excited
I'm
for
excited
the journey.
about the journey,
I mean, we're
for
both
sure.
excited for both,
Yeah.
right? So,
There's going to be good views all along the way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to meet
Great.
some amazing people and have a lot of fun and really get challenged. But it's a loose plan and things may change. Like there's storms that may come through. We're doing it late enough here in the year that there might be snow. That's a real possibility. So we'll talk about how we're prepared for all those different things. And it might take us less time. We might get just overly ambitious, or it might take us a little bit more time. And we're planning, hopefully enough, but also prepared for those changes and just kind of gonna roll with it.
we're open to it looking slightly different, or at least somewhat different as we do it. Because you never know until you get out there, right? Anyways,
More to come next time. Still more about our packing gear, about the permit process, about what we're wearing,
what we're eating, all about the
and
food.
how we answered all those questions, personal hygiene, so many questions.
Yeah. So if you have any questions or things you've wondered, feel free to ask us and we'll try to cover it in the future. So subscribe and we'll see you tomorrow.